Coming at you, show number 25. That's 25 for those who don't habla.
Hey, check out the new background, y'all.
That's it. We're going to go into uncharted waters with the Twilight Zone music in the background, but we are going to move around with this podcast starting tonight. Globally, locally, nationally, we're coming at you with everything that we got this afternoon. We're going to go over We're going to mull over the Mueller report. There
The Mueller debacle.
Yeah.
More like the Mueller debacle.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even call it like something that you could really like. I wouldn't even call it something official. It's deplorable, dude.
Wait a minute. You're stuttering and stammering like
just
Robert
like
was.
Mueller. Just like Mueller was.
Just like Robert was. Come on, give him a break. The old guy is 70-something years old, served his country, went through all that stuff.
Oh, give me a break, dude. He was the guy, the head of the FBI during 9/11. Dude, wait a couple of seconds. Let that sink in, okay?
Wow. He goes back a long way. But anyway.
Yeah, a long way.
We got some new news. We got family in the house, and we got the little guy from Big Texas in the house. He's going to come on the air with us here shortly. Came all the way down from Victoria, Texas to visit this weekend, and so we'll have Dexter, my other grandson, and he's going to tell us about his Chicago vacation.
What he remembers.
What he remembers. I know he will remember that he was staying in Trump Towers in downtown Chicago.
Right.
Anyway, let's go with the world. Moscow police arrest hundreds during protests calling for fair election. Okay. Hong Kong police fire tear gas at protesters. Okay. Cyprus police, that's over there.
Yeah, that's over there. That's that island off the coast of Greece and Turkey.
Arrest British woman who lodged a complaint and freed 7 detained Israelis. U.S. Israeli forces test missile defense system. What do you think about that, little Joe?
You know how I feel about Israel. So,
teenager jumps in oil-filled well to rescue trapped cat. What a hero!
Whoa, dude! Now that should be top news. Nah, wait, what is all that about?
I don't know. It's just one day from the World News headline. I don't know. Maybe we can delve into it and get another show.
We got to revisit that towards the end of the show. I like that.
Okay, Bronx man suspected of wanting to join Taliban pulled from Middle East bound plane to JFK. Well, I wouldn't have pulled him off the plane if he's going to the Middle East. Let him go over there. You know?
Yeah, one less terrorist we got to deal with over here, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. Rapper RZA, I've never heard of him.
RZA. They call him the RZA.
Okay. Says arrested ASAP Rocky is a hostage in Sweden.
Yeah. How about that, God? What an about face for the leftists out there. Hey, you thought Sweden was so great, huh? Yeah, they arrested ASAP Rocky. Because basically, from what I understand, he was just defending himself. There was some guys up there or somebody that walked up and started swinging on him and his crew. So him and his crew defended himself, and yet they arrested A$AP Rocky. Look, that's what I know. Okay, I might be wrong, but now Trump's involved, and now Trump said, "Oh, we're gonna get A$AP Rocky out." And hey, bro, how about screw A$AP Rocky? First and foremost, go get Tommy Robinson out of the UK. Okay. All Tommy Robinson did was record, like with his phone, the gang rape guys, the Muslim rape guys that were coming out of court. And these dudes were running Muslim rape gangs of girls in the UK. So he was just filming them coming out of court, and now he's in hot water? What's all that about? So screw A$AP Rocky. Go get Tommy Robinson out.
Wow. Okay, here's another one. I never heard of A$AP Rocky, but I can tell you this. The predominant race or color in Sweden has to be white, blind, and blue eyes, and this guy is a black rapper in Sweden. He must have been looking for trouble. But anyway, Italian police say 2 Americans are suspects in the murder of a police officer. That's the other way around, I guess. But listen, this is one for you coming out of Latin America, and it's the rest of the world news I'm going to do. Woman in blonde wig slays 2 Israeli mobsters in suspected hit in Mexico.
Whoa, dude, Israeli mobsters in Mexico. Wow. All right, anybody that's watching the show, please go, do your search engine. What is it again? Read it again, Joe. Read it again.
Yeah, it's in Mexico. A couple days ago, woman in blonde wig slays 2 Israeli mobsters in suspected hit in Mexico.
Now, first and foremost, when I hear anything Israeli, I automatically think the Mossad.
There you go.
So it's like, in Mexico, Israeli, Mossad, mobsters. I'm like, yeah, okay. So anybody, hey man, we're leaving it up to y'all to go look for that one.
That's it. Figure it out. Listen, I got another one more out of Mexico. The Mexican president denounces drug kingpin El Chapo life sentence and inhumane jail conditions.
Wait a minute. So the Mexican president is saying he denounces
the drug.
Wait, because he got sentenced and he said he's living in bad conditions.
Yeah.
Hey, why? Because they want to get him back to Mexico
to get the rest of the money.
Yeah, so they could free him. Nah, bro, we ain't falling for that one again.
Yeah.
Chapo's in jail just like all the other mafiosi and all the other crime bosses here in the United States. Nah, that's it. He's done. He's done, dude. He's done.
I'm telling you, he's
done.
going to that big, high-priced security prison in Houston, Denver, where old Ted Kaczynski is.
Wait. That's Leavenworth. You're talking about Leavenworth.
No, he's going to Colorado.
Oh, he's going to Colorado?
Yeah.
Supermax Colorado. I forget what they call it.
Yeah.
But real quick, dude, the Mexican cartel thing is not going to go on. See, and I hear a lot of people out there talking about, that's the end of the cartels. Boy, how much you know. Dude, first of all, he's the head of Sinaloa. Okay, Sinaloa consolidated power from Guadalajara and the other, they called it the Pacific. Remember the Arellano Felix brothers?
Yeah.
Okay, Sinaloa consolidated power from, they called them Tijuana cartel. That's what it was. So Sinaloa became the Guadalajara Tijuana cartel, and they called them Sinaloa because they always had Sinaloa. But then you got Los Zetas, you got the Gulf cartel, and you got a couple of other smaller cartels.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Gulf cartel supplies like Houston and the Gulf of the United States.
Yeah.
Whereas Sinaloa supplied like Colorado, Illinois, and the Pacific Coast, like L.A., Oregon, stuff like that. So,
right.
So you ain't good just because Chapo's in jail doesn't mean you putting a dent in any of the cartels, though, dude. There'll be another one up. It's just it's just like a football team. It's like, hey man, next man up, dude.
That's it. Well, that's all, man. That's more global than we've ever did. Nationally, there's the weather's creating havoc all over the nation. The hot, heat, tornadoes, windstorms, everything else like that. And then locally, we want to let you know that LSU is going to allow selling alcohol all over the football stadium, at the basketball stadium, and at Alex Box. So that's going to be a big money boost for them. But that beer's not cheap. Talked to somebody last night, and they were saying, you buy a $20 coupon, you get 2 beers, and the rest of the beers you got to pay for, and then they monitor how many beers you can drink. So figure it out.
First things first. The SEC has lifted a ban. This isn't just Tiger Stadium, you know what I'm saying? So the SEC has lifted a ban on all the SEC schools selling alcohol in their own stadiums. So the Big Ten's going to do it. The Big 12's going to do it. The Pac-12's going to do it. The ACC's going to do it. It's just a matter of time before you can walk in a college football stadium. Hey, who needs to drink outside when you can get the beer in the stadium?
Yeah.
And not only that, who needs to leave the game early?
Right.
Because now you could get a beer in the stadium. Oh, the students will still leave.
Yeah. Right.
But for the most part, like people like myself, now remember, they're going to shut it off in the third quarter, like about midway almost to the end of the third quarter, start of the fourth quarter. They won't be selling any alcohol. But you got to think, it's like, dude, what could possibly go wrong, huh? Alcohol in college stadiums? Dude, if you thought the fights in the stands were happening now, just wait till the big rivalry games where they're serving alcohol. Dude, half the LSU fans I know, and we're talking out of about 100,000, So it's safe to say that 20,000 of them are drunk when they get to the game, even before they kick off.
Oh yeah, but the tailgate and everything. I mean, that last beer, that $20 worth of beer or whatever at the Gardens or whatever they're going to have at the stadium, at every concession stand in the stadium, is going to just be the beer that that one or two beers that you're oblivion, and you're not even going to remember the second half,
Right?
much
No.
less the first half.
By the time the third quarter starts, you won't remember your own name.
If we're here, we're there at the other studio, on the road, wherever we're at, here, different backdrop place. We're coming to you live, and we're trying to come to you as much as we can. We are thinking about it. He's thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. We have some more Democratic hopefuls up here, possibly if you want to.
We got the thinkers.
Cast your
totally
vote for one of those.
We got the thinkers from the Republican and Democrat Party. They have left the parties, and now they're independents. We have the Simpsons, vote Homer or Marge, because that's what it's going to be. It's going to be like, Homer or Marge. Who is this guy?
Ben 10, dude.
Oh, Ben 10. Ben 10.
He's the missing link. He's the missing link.
All right,
but anyway.
Let's move on. Hey, look, I want to get to the Mueller stuff real quick.
Yeah, look, we're going to do the Mueller stuff. We're going to let Little Joe handle the Mueller stuff, and then we're going to get the big little guy from Big Texas in and let it get him scooped. But we need to get this Mueller thing over again and again and again and again.
Look, I watched the Mueller report grudgingly, because this is just what I do. People will be like, oh, dude, you're not really watching C-SPAN, are you? Yeah, dude, I'm really up on the late night watching C-SPAN. All right, so here is Representative Jim Jordan from Ohio, or a Republican. He's grilling Mueller. Now, the only thing I got with the Mueller report is if you watched it, now you had to watch it, you have to know what's going on. Because if you don't know what's going on, and if you let the nightly news dictate to you what's going on, dude, you're losing. So I watched it myself. I pulled this audio and video. Mueller, he had an answer. Every time the Democrats asked him questions, he had an answer. He knew what he was talking about. But every time the Republicans asked him questions, he was like, he's stalling. He knows what's going on. He's stalling. So here is Republican Jim Jordan from Ohio asking real questions, mind you. So listen to this. Listen to the audio. Here we go.
Jim is great.
Yeah.
Gentlelady yields back. The gentleman from Ohio.
Director, the FBI interviewed Joseph Mifsud on February 10th, 2017. In that interview, Mr. Mifsud lied. You point this out on page 193, volume 1. Mifsud denied. Mifsud also falsely stated. In addition, Mifsud omitted. 3 times he lied to the FBI, yet you didn't charge him with the crime.
Excuse me, did you say one? I'm sorry, did you say 193?
Volume 1, 193.
What am I doing?
He lied 3 times. You pointed out in the report. Why didn't you charge him with the crime?
I can't get into internal deliberations with regard to
Okay,
would
why
or
not?
would not be.
Charge a lot of other people for making false statements. Let's remember this. In 2016, the FBI did something they probably haven't done before. They spied on 2 American citizens associated with a presidential campaign, George Papadopoulos and Carter Page. With Carter Page, they went to the FISA court. They used the now famous dossier as part of the reason they were able to get the warrant and spy on Carter Page for a better part of a year. With Mr. Papadopoulos, they didn't go to the court. They used human sources. All kinds of, from about the moment Papadopoulos joins the Trump campaign, you got all these people all around the world starting to swirl around him. Names like Halper, Downer, Mifsud, Thompson, meeting in Rome, London, all kinds of places. The FBI even sent a lady posing as somebody else, went by the name Azra Turk, even dispatched her to London to spy on Mr. Papadopoulos. In one of these meetings, Mr. Papadopoulos is talking to a foreign diplomat, and he tells the diplomat, Russians have dirt on Clinton. That diplomat then contacts the FBI, and the FBI opens an investigation based on that fact. You point this out on page 1 of the report. July 31st, 2016, they open the investigation based on that piece of information. Diplomat tells Papadopoulos, Papadopoulos tells a diplomat, Russians have dirt on Clinton. Diplomat tells the FBI. What I'm wondering is, who told Papadopoulos? How'd he find out?
I can't get into the evidentiary.
Yes, you can, because you wrote about it. You gave us the answer. Page 192 of the report, you tell us who told him. Joseph Mifsud. Joseph Mifsud's a guy who told Papadopoulos, the mysterious professor who lives in Rome and London, teaches in 2 different universities. This is the guy who told Papadopoulos. He's the guy who starts it all. And when the FBI interviews him, he lies 3 times, and yet you don't charge him with a crime. You charge Rick Gates for false statements. You charge Paul Manafort for false statements. You charge Michael Cohen with false statements. You charge Michael Flynn, a 3-star general, with false statements. But the guy who puts the country through this whole saga, starts it all for 3 years we've lived this now, he lies, and you guys don't charge him. And I'm curious as to why.
Well, I can't get into it, and it's obvious, I think, that we can't get into charging decisions.
When the FBI interviewed him in February, FBI interviews him in February, when the special counsel's office interviewed Mifsud, did he lie to you guys too?
Can't get into that.
Did you interview Mifsud?
Can't get into that.
Is Mifsud Western intelligence or Russian intelligence?
Can't get into that.
A lot of things you can't get into. What's interesting, you can charge 13 Russians no one's ever heard of, no one's ever seen, no one's ever going to hear of them, no one's ever going to see them. You can charge them. You can charge all kinds of people who are around the president with false statements. But the guy who launches the guy who puts this whole story in motion, you can't charge him. I think that's amazing.
I'm not certain I agree with your characterizations.
Well, I'm reading from your report. Mifsud told Papadopoulos. Papadopoulos tells the diplomat tells the FBI opens the investigation July 31st, 2016, and here we are 3 years later, July of 2019, the country's been put through this, and the central figure who launches it all lies to us, and you guys don't hunt him down and interview him again, and you don't charge him with a crime. Now, here's the good news. Here's the good news. The president was falsely accused of conspiracy. The FBI does a 10-month investigation, and James Comey, when we deposed him a year ago, told us at that point they had nothing. You do a 22-month investigation. At the end of that 22 months, you find no conspiracy. And what's the Democrats want to do? They want to keep investigating. They want to keep going. Maybe a better course of action is to figure out how the false accusation started. Maybe it's to go back and actually figure out why Joseph Mifsud was lying to the FBI. And here's the good news. Here's the good news. That's exactly what Bill Barr's doing. And thank goodness for that. That's exactly what the Attorney General and John Durham are doing. They're going to find out why we went through this three-year saga and get to the bottom of it.
Time of the gentleman has expired.
Wow.
So Mueller, did he even write his own report? Did he even write his own report? Okay, look, you just heard what we heard, okay? So Mueller, he don't know what was going on, and then he's like, oh, I can't answer that. Oh, I can't answer that. Why can't you answer that? This has been 22 months in the making. Why? Or 3 years in the making. Why can't you answer that? This is what this is all about. You were supposed to get up there and answer senators' questions. You can't do that.
It's the waste of time. I mean, we went over this and we said we'd never go over the Mueller report again.
They're ridiculous.
They brought it back up to the forefront. They tanked it. The Democrats look more idiotic than they have ever had before.
Dude.
And then Nadler is going to press some other issue to get to the bottom of it again. I don't know. They crucified this man. He made him look feeble, old, out of touch, and unintelligible to everything that Jordan was asking him. And Jordan's tough, and he's easy too. I mean, it was written in the report. It's what you reported, and he can't give an answer to it. Why, Democrats? Why would you even think that you want to be a part of that?
Right.
I don't care who you are, Democrat or Republican. I posted on Facebook. I copied it from somebody else. I sent it along. Just be an American. Wake up.
Everybody in the room, quit talking. Everybody listen, stop. If you're still listening to these jokers and reporting and voting Democrat and listening to these guys at this point, dude, you really need to have your head examined. Okay? Even if you don't vote Republican. Dude, you have no way, shape, or form business voting Democrat. Dude, vote independent or just don't vote at all, dude. Because if you vote Democrat, dude, you're voting for the destruction of your own future. I'm sorry. At this point in the game, dude, you are voting on destruction. All these Democrats are doubling down on lies purported by this man who was basically put in there just to build lies. You know what I'm saying? It's like it doesn't make any sense, dude. Here is a Republican, and this is the last, and then we're gonna drop it. Okay, this is the crux of the whole matter. Is that this guy built this whole fake report on nothing but lies, and the Republicans called him on it, and he had no answer for the Republicans. Oh, he had all the answers for the Democrats when they were building up on the lies he had told, but for the most part, dude, the Republicans called him on the lies, and he had no answer for it, dude. This is it. All the 2 to 3 years of all this whole investigation, all culminated in one hearing. And if you're still voting Democrat at this point, dude, you really need your head examined.
Why?
I'm sorry.
Why? I mean, what have the Democrats done, and what are they going to do? They're going to give everything free away to those coming across the border illegal. They're going to take your insurance away so they could give it to them. They're going to give them everything they possibly can just so they can get a vote and stay in there for so long. You showed me the graphic today. Do we have a minute of time to show me that graphic?
Which one?
About if we had term limits, Nancy wouldn't have what she has.
Oh no, that was
Jerry?
something. Yeah, it's the corruption is all about the book deals and the deals and the this and it's not, and I guarantee. At this point, somebody's looking into all that.
Yeah.
Somebody's looking into how Biden got so rich.
Yeah.
Somebody's looking into how Maxine Waters and Pelosi and even the
Obama.
Obamas got so rich.
Right.
So I mean, don't worry, somebody's looking into it. But let's move on.
Yeah.
Let's move on to brighter topics.
Yeah.
Let's flip to unicorn mode now, and let's get the big man. So what is it? The little man from Big Texas?
Yeah.
Let's talk about baseball.
Texas.
Let's switch it. Okay.
Yeah. He's around here somewhere.
Yeah,
They're baking a cake for his pop. Right there. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good to see you.
Good to
Real
see you.
good to see you. Remember the last time we did this? It was Ethan Sports Picks Now. Remember that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. How? Well, I know you guys, we hadn't talked to you since the start of the baseball season, and I know you guys got all the way to the finals. Well, how'd y'all do?
We did pretty good.
Did y'all win the championship?
No, we lost.
Y'all lost. 2 games to 3 or 2 out of 3 or what?
2 out of 3.
Okay. All right. How do you feel about the season? Did y'all have a good season?
Yeah, we did pretty good.
That's good. That's good. That's good. How was your season? How did you feel like you did individually?
I felt like I did pretty good.
Okay, well, you might want to get up into the mic because if you're not, you're going to sound like a little squeaky mouse when you look at it on your phone when you ride back to Texas. It sure is good to see you and your family. What are y'all doing in the kitchen there, you and Mama and Dexter? What are y'all doing?
Just baking a cake.
What do you mean baking a cake? Whose birthday is it?
My dad's.
All right, happy birthday, Dad. Happy birthday to my son. We'll put that up there. That's a good graphic. How's your summer going so far?
Good.
Good, good. What grade you going to next year?
6th.
6th? Okay.
Yes, sir.
And y'all started practicing football already, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, all right. What position are you going out for this year?
A wide receiver.
Wide receiver, just like that other little guy who won Super Bowl MVP. I can't think of his name. Julian
Edelman.
Yeah. So I hope you have a real good season. You play on the special teams, kickoff team, receiving team, stuff like that?
We haven't practiced that yet.
Yeah, I haven't practiced that yet. Well, I'd put you on there, the speedster that you are. But listen, I wanted to ask you, do you know how to throw a curveball?
No.
Okay. Do you know how to throw a fastball?
Yes.
Put it up there. Show me how you throw a fastball.
2-seam.
Okay. Yeah,
And then
2-seam, and then the
4-seam.
4-seam. Okay. You can't throw a curve. Slider.
Nope.
All right, can you throw a slider and a curveball on your MLB 19?
Yes.
Well, you ought to see how they grab it. They grip it. They don't show you how they do it?
No.
I've seen you work that thing. You're pretty amazing at it. But I had another question to you. You know, I read the other day that people in right field, that's the most boring
Yeah.
position in baseball. How do you feel about that?
I don't really think it's a boring spot.
Right? I mean, the guy who's in right field has probably the best, strongest arm on the field. What do you think?
Bellinger, Harper.
Yeah.
Puig.
Those guys really, they can throw a guy all the way from the fence all the way to home plate, maybe one bounce, maybe right on the shot to any base. I think that's a pretty strong
Good arm.
feat. Yeah, people will tell you everything and listen to you and say that's not right and that's good, But we really, we really got to believe in other things. I had something else to tell you. One more thing I want to see, and I've heard this before, and I read it, and I just read it the other day. How hard is it to hit a baseball?
It's very hard. It takes a lot of time for you to just get on time with the ball.
Right.
If you're late, you won't
Right.
hit it that good, and then if you're early, it won't go that far.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, it takes concentration, eye and bat contact and coordination. A lot.
It's a lot of time too and practice.
Well, we really enjoyed you coming on the show. I know the people out there are going to see the little guy. You can see he's a little guy. Stand up. He's the little guy in Big Texas, and it's part of America, which is always a great thing. But we really appreciate you coming down and spending summertime with me and Mama the days that you got. I know you're a busy guy from sport to sport. Going into junior high here, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, continue to do good, your honor rolls, things like that.
Thank you.
Being the gentleman and the kind kid that you are, and we love you, and God bless you, and hope that you do have a real good school year, and good luck in football this year.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I just want to make sure.
Thanks for including me in your show.
You're welcome.
Can we get started already?
Yes. Well, get a little closer to the mic. How old are you?
12. No, 13.
Yeah, you forgot how old you were. Don't get too shy to the camera there. I know you've been in cameras all your life, in front of them.
But I've never been in a TV show,
Yeah, well, that's great. That's great. Listen.
Well, I would call it a YouTube show for now.
Yeah, it's the JoeJoe Show. He's Little Joe, I'm Big Joe. I'm Old Joe, he's Young Joe. And you're Younger Joe, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, what grade are you going to next year?
7th.
7th grade. And you've already been in junior high already in 6th grade, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, how was that this year? Talking to the mic, how was school this year?
Oh, it was great. I met new friends, and that was the first time I ever took band class.
How did you like band?
Oh, it was great. I think I'm going to be a good trumpet player.
Well, that's great. That's great. That's something to strive for. I wonder do you know any famous trumpet players?
Well, I know there's Louis Armstrong.
Oh, yeah, Satchmo, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was about the best. You're right about that. So you enjoyed band. I went to one of your concerts. It was really great. Y'all sounded great.
Yep, and I also went to band camp this year.
How was that?
Oh, it was great.
Yeah?
And even Mr. Benoit was there.
That's great. That's great. That's great. Band camp, did y'all play band music or just played around in games and ate
band
and stuff?
Music.
Band music?
And there was this other thing. For the concert day, we
Talking
had to wear jeans or pants.
Oh, okay. Cool. So you went to Chicago for vacation with Mom and Dad, correct?
Yep, for my 13th birthday.
And how was that?
And first, we went to this building that makes you lean down.
Okay.
And that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And you know what? I thought it was going to break.
Yeah, but it didn't, huh? Just looks like that.
Just looks like that.
Yeah. And y'all ate at different places there while you were in Chicago, Mom, Dad?
Yep. And we also went to the Trump Tower for my 13th birthday.
And did y'all stay at the Trump Tower?
Yes.
Wow, was Donald Trump there?
No, they just call it the Trump Tower.
How many stories is it?
98, but they only let you go to the 27th because the other ones, the higher ones, are high residential.
Okay, great. So you ate at different places. What did you eat? Hamburgers, pizzas? What did y'all eat?
Hamburgers and pizzas.
Okay, didn't y'all eat a hot dog too?
And Chicago dogs at Devil Dogs and Fatso's Last Stand.
What was your best meal?
Chicago dogs.
You liked it?
Since they call it Chicago dog.
Oh, okay. I got you. Is it big? Did you eat it all? Polished it off?
Yep.
Okay, what'd you have on your hot dog?
A mustard, relish, a pickle,
What else?
onions, and tomatoes.
Okay.
And I decided to put the ketchup on there, but everyone knows you're not supposed to put ketchup on your
There we
Chicago
go again.
dog.
Everybody telling you what to do and how to do it. If you want to put ketchup on your dog, I say put ketchup on your dog.
But I always had this question.
Okay.
What if me, Mommy, and Dad told them, we're from Louisiana?
Right.
What do you think they would say?
They probably say, well, hello, how you doing? That's glad you're here and glad you're coming to get a Chicago dog.
No, it's about putting ketchup on your hot dog.
Well, that might be a topic for another show. What do you think? We'll figure that out, and we'll get to you, and we'll get your take on that again. Okay, great. And who else did you see over there? Your cousin. What's his name?
Kane.
Kane Taylor. Big Kane Taylor, huh? He's still a big guy, huh?
Yep.
He's a great artist, isn't he? He's got a comic book, too. Have you ever seen it?
No.
Yeah, he's got a comic book. The main character is the Shadow. It's real great to talk to you and see you. And it's great always having you around here. You're our only grandchild we have here in the state of Louisiana right now. But we have Parker. He's a great grandchild. But he doesn't know too much right now. He's just 3 months old, right? That's your nephew, Parker. You're an uncle?
Yep.
Uncle, what is... Oh, Parker can't talk yet, huh?
Parker can't talk, but we got this little baby Einstein jumpy thing.
Okay, he likes that?
Well, he's not, tall enough.
Yeah.
So he can't jump yet.
Okay, all right. Well, it's great talking to you. And do y'all say the Pledge of Allegiance at school?
Yep, every morning.
Every morning? Y'all say a prayer too?
Mm-hmm.
That's great. I really like that. I think they should put prayer back in the schools. What do you think? Because some schools don't have prayer. What do you think? They should have prayer?
Yep, they should.
That's,
always.
That's good. All right. Well, we love you. Thanks for being on the show. Have a nice night. And I smell that cake. We'll put some icing on it. What do you think? Thank you.
This is going to be a great birthday for Uncle Ricky.
That's it. That's it. We really hope. I like cake and ice cream, being the diabetic. While little Joe's getting back into position here, I'd like to really say, welcome to Medicare.
Yeah,
I can't believe it.
Hey,
Give
all
me a
right, you
pat
finally
on the
made
back.
it. Yeah,
Give some
you
round
finally
of
made it.
applause.
Yeah, right.
I made it. Now I'm a ward of the government. I don't know how good it is. If any of you people listening or watching out there, all my old friends, Jimmy, Greg, Steve, I don't know who else listens, but listen, make sure you tell me what I got here. It came in the mail, and I'm so excited about it, but I really don't want to use it yet.
All right, now, if you've seen the Selena Cup,
oh, yeah,
or the Salinas Cup,
it was Salinas.
This will be your prize if you can call our next show, and accurately defend the Mueller report. We will sign it at Joe and Joe Show, and we will send it to you free of shipping.
That's
if
right.
you could call our show and accurately defend the Mueller report. Now, this ain't the poot butt leagues. Ain't no poot butts around here, okay?
That's
so
it.
if you could call and accurately defend the Mueller report, then this can be yours, signed, sealed, and delivered via the Joe and Joe Show.
I hope that you can.
Please, we dare you. I dare you. Look at Selena. Lou, dude, who has this cup? Who has this cup?
A lot of people who go to HEB have that cup. Aunt Alicia has that cup. We may have to borrow yours because people are going to call it. She got 3 of them. Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, she even pantomimed and karaoke Selena at her wedding, so she's probably got 3 cups. You're right.
Right. But I'm not messing around with this thing. You know, really and truthfully, we'd like to thank our guests. We'd like to thank our new subscribers. We'd like to thank everybody that's contributed and listened to the show. Sorry if we might have fell off here and there. Sorry, but hey, man, we're doing this thing, and this is our show, and we want you to be a part of it. We had 2 guests on tonight, and for the most part, dude, we love doing this, and we love y'all. We have to thank you for subscribing. Thank you for listening. Thanks for watching.
We're going to change the venue. We got to do our shout-outs to Heath Mendoza, Lance Corporal, USMC, Okinawa, Japan. We'd like to give another shout-out to Caleb, great-nephew down there in Victoria.
Right.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, man.
And we'd like to give a shout-out to those all across the nation, our demographic from California to Florida. And there's a few other shout-outs I'd like to give. Happy birthday to our son Ricky.
Yes.
And let's see, there was something else I wanted to say.
Hey, Lily, call us or text Joe and let us know how Miles did in his track meet.
No, that was Reed.
Reed,
the running
Reed in his
raidster.
track meet. Reed in
Yeah.
his track meet. We want to know because we were all wondering about it, whether or not he did well or whether or not he placed. I'm sure he did fine, but
Yeah,
you know,
let us know.
Hey, Joe told me they call him nonchalant.
Yeah, Mr. Nonchalant.
Mr. Nonchalant.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's good. Well, listen, I want to give a shout out to a new restaurant going to open up here pretty soon. It's called Too Saucy. It's going to be a pasta garden and build your own pasta, and I hope it gets off the ground and gets going good. It's going to be out there at Jefferson, Highland Commons at the corner of Jefferson and Highland down there at the end of Highland. But that's all I got tonight. We've had a great show. Got the grandsons on, the little guy from Big Texas and Dexter. And
Great. That was great.
What
That
else
was
you want
great.
to say?
Nah,
That
that's- I'm
cake,
done.
that cake is smelling good, and we're going to run out for some ice cream. Love y'all. Peace. Thanks for everything. Little guys, say your prayers and drink all your milk. Good night. Lucy Strong.